You don't know that. What's up, everybody? It is time, it is time, it is time for things to get a little bit strange. And I am streaming on YouTube and also on TikTok. So, greetings for the second day of the week. Things are about to get strange. And, strange is something that you might be that you might be interested in kicking away from you. You don't want to be strange. You don't want to invite strange into your world. So you oftentimes, if that happens, you don't grow. Remember, strange, it means unfamiliar, not familiar. If you think that you can grow and not experience unfamiliar energy, what do you think is going to happen? What? Only experiencing energy, information, events that are familiar can only ever produce familiar outcomes. So, what do you do? What do you do? You have to be curious, because when things are unfamiliar, when things are strange, how do you encounter strange? How do you encounter strange things, events, people, information? How? Well, it's through a process called curiosity. You have to be curious in order to bump into unfamiliar things. And this kind of came to me this morning. Unfamiliar, strange. Have you ever wondered why it's so spoken against, being strange? Society paints a picture that if you are strange, you are the outcast. And now look, so many people try to fit in. They try to follow the trend. They want to wear a certain thing, or speak a certain way, or do a certain things. And guess what? You might be accepted, but in that case, you aren't aiding in someone else's growth. That's just true. So when you are experiencing strange, just know there's a curious type of spirit in you. It changes from a question mark to an exclamation point, and you're walking around, and your eyes are wide, and you intently study everything that's in your view, that's in your sight. Everything that you hear, you want to know why it's there. You want to know why somebody's talking to you, why somebody's talking to you a certain type of way. Why are you attracting them? What about you? Is it the curiosity? It's like curiosity is part of creativity. If you are curious, you are in your creative energy. And don't worry, if you are in your creativity, you are always going to annoy people. You are always going to irritate people. Your creativity, people think creativity is only about painting things and maybe dancing a little differently. The process of creativity, it's like reaching into nothing, but from all directions. If you can take like a three-dimensional thing, creativity reaches out into into nothing from all directions. It's going like this. It's sprawling out, and curiosity is part of creativity. Creativity is always curious. It's always curious. Its feelers are always on. And on my TikTok, I made a post about, I just put three words. I put feel, feeler and then feeling, because so many people think that your feelings are synonymous with your emotions, and that's not true. If what you feel is synonymous or is the same or very similar to your emotions, that they'd be spelt the same. They'd be you would speak about them the same way, but you don't. For example, anger is an emotion. You feel anger. You can't anger a feeling. Okay? But what is a feeling? In the context of creativity and curiosity, as you are like paving your new path, and I know this is strange. This is it's different. When curiosity is tunneling through the infinite, it has to turn on all of its feelers. And think of feelers like antennas, okay? Like like antennas on an ant, or like the hairs on your arm or on your head. I'm bald, so I don't have any hair on my head, but maybe on your chin or your chest or your legs, wherever you have hair, right? When wind blows, something happens. A sensation occurs. This is feeling. This right here is feeling. Feeling itself is the action of your feelers, the action of your antennas. Okay? So when you are curious, your feelers are always turned on. Everything excites you. Everything is like a point of wonder. Everything you are astonished at. And this is something that you need to understand if you are looking to grow. Strange literally means unfamiliar. And when people encounter unfamiliar, oftentimes they view that from a different perspective. Okay? Perspective, what is your perspective? It's the angle in which you are observing a thing. So if I have this remote, okay, this remote, and I'm standing right here and I'm looking at it from this point of view, okay, this is perspective. Okay, this is one perspective. I could be looking at it from the bird's eye view, or maybe from an ant's eye view. Okay, perspective is just a different point of view. And everything that has life, that is in existence, has more than one view. Have you ever seen a one-sided coin? Or have you ever eaten a one-sided sandwich? No, it does not exist. It simply does not exist. So that's what perspective is. But when you are moving with curiosity and you are bumping into new energy, new information, new people, they are unfamiliar. To make things familiar, the discovery thing in creativity is called curiosity. You have to be curious. That's just it. When we view something that's unfamiliar and we cement our feet from a single perspective, unwilling to accept the possibility that other people see the same thing from a different point of view, you think that unfamiliar is opposition. Oftentimes we make this thing, we think that unfamiliar sometimes is bad because we think that it's against us. And that is wrong. That is a weird, very unproductive state of being, or state of mind to exist in. So, remember, strange Strange is part of creativity. If you are looking to grow, you have to encounter strange. You have to encounter the unfamiliar. You have to. If you don't encounter unfamiliar, how are you ever going to grow? The only way that you can innovate, the only way that you can ever be innovative, okay? And the word innovate, it means to present as new, okay? And since we are the creators, we are made in his image, so we are the creators. There's creatures, I forgot. But we are the creators. Yeah, I forgot. Slipped my mind. But if you want to grow, you have to accept the unfamiliar. You don't have to agree with it, but you have to accept it. You have to live life with an exclamation point on top of your head. Okay? If something is in your life, you somehow manifested it. Just look at your own imagination. Okay? What are you imagining? Better question, what are you hallucinating on? Because your imagination is nothing more than a projection of what you are hallucinating on. And don't think that your hallucinations are ever a bad thing, because when you do, you think that imagination is only for children. Well, there might be some truth to that. The Bible says, he who is like little children will get into the gates of heaven. Something like that. Something very similar to that. So just be cognizant. Be aware of how you are imagining things. Your imagination is an intentional act. You have to intentionally do it. Even if you are imagining your own destruction. Even if you are imagining somebody walking up to you and cursing you out, that's you are doing that in your head. And then guess what? Somebody walks up to you and curses you out. You just manifested it. That's how it works. That's how it works. Okay? So, I will stay on for any questions just for a moment. So if you have any questions about anything that I said, strange, unfamiliar, creativity, okay, growth. That's what I wanted to say. If you are ever thinking about growing, you have to be in unfamiliar spaces, energy, information, people. Unfamiliar information, it leads to knowledge. You can't gain knowledge with familiar information. You have to be exposed to unfamiliar information in order to grow. Okay? What's your question, Mr. Wright? Okay, so if you are encountering unfamiliar people bring you into your next chapter in life. For example, if you are in high school and you graduate, you're done with high school. All the people around you once you get into college are going to change. That's your next chapter. Unfamiliar people bring you into your next chapter. Okay? If you want to grow at all, you have to enjoy strange. You have to enjoy the unfamiliar. That's just it. Your thoughts, the question was, do your thoughts become your reality? Do thoughts become your reality? No. Okay, there's an old saying, abracadabra, abracadabra. And that phrase originally means or meant speak it into existence. I can't speak things into existence. You cannot speak things into existence. However, speech, thoughts, they help you. It is the first place of your manifestation. It's your thoughts. People almost certainly don't even know how to think. They have a concept that's provided to them, and then they let that concept simmer. And almost certainly that concept that's transferred to you, it is, or that information that's transferred to you, it just stays there forever. You don't process that. And the purpose of communication actually is to make information common. The word communicate means to make information common, to make common. How do you place yourself in unfamiliar circumstances? You don't place yourself there because it's a state of let go. Like your intuition. Intuition will lead you into the unfamiliar. That's the very shortest, best way I can explain that. But what is intuition? Intuition is spiritual perception. Intuition is spiritual perception. Any thoughts on twin flame? Twin flame. So I hate buzzwords. I hate buzzwords. I hate buzz phrases because they're trendy. They're trendy, and then people try to change definitions. How you change definitions, change how you see the world. Your words they set a frame around reality. They set a frame around reality. So if you, and not even understanding the definitions, like existence doesn't matter, or it doesn't care if you understand the definitions or not. God does not care if you understand the definitions or not. Like, for example, if you drink poison, does your body care if you thought it was nectar? Like, your body's still going to have its own reaction accordingly. Oh. All right. The last question. Oh, thank you for the heart. Thank you for this love. Okay. So, is physically, spiritually. I don't quite understand it, but I think you mean is the physical spiritual. Everything that you have in your life is a spiritual manifestation. Everything, to your emotions, to the people who are in your life, to your money, to your state of mind, to your friends, to your love life. It's all a spiritual manifestation. All right. I do have to go. I wanted to get on, but if you came on late, don't worry. I've also streamed this on YouTube, and you can rewatch it as much as you like. Go to my link in the bio, subscribe to my YouTube, and if you want to, so I do this so you can gain discernment. Teaching people discernment is not a one-stop shop. It is a gradual thing. It's kind of like coaching. You're not going to be good at basketball on day one. Nobody is or was. It's a gradual thing. You have to work on things. If you are looking to build your discernment, if you are looking to learn the foundation of spirituality, of intuition, spiritual warfare, your spiritual gifts, and a lot more, I've written an ebook. It's linked in my bio. It's called A Peace Called Love. A Peace Called Love. This book gives you the very first steps in where you should be redirecting your discernment growth. A famous person by the name of Osho said, "When the student is ready, the teacher will appear." When the student is ready, the teacher will appear. Anyway, if you didn't know, now you know.